like to hunt their prey. This can't be real. And God bless America.
Hi, first off, thank you for taking time out speaking with me, Marques. My name is Aries from Urban Bridges. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Fur?
I'm real good. I've been a fan since, Immature's first single, so it's a pleasure,
Oh, that's
bro.
what's up.
Nothing but facts. But I really enjoyed the film, I have to say. You guys did y'all's a big one, and it's the perfect film for the theater. So let me just start
Thank
with
you.
that.
Oh man, thank you so much. I really appreciate that because we also felt like it was a really really good transition from all of our Tubi work. Shout out to Tubi, man, for giving us that platform and that opportunity to really tell our stories and really create these movies that we've been able to garner such a huge fan base and with the urban community and the culture just with Tubi and we felt like moving that audience that we've captured and everybody has been rocking with us, supporting us from day one from Tubi, and moving that and just graduating into the theaters. And we felt like what better movie than this one to embody that, because it's different, it's creative, it's something that you've never seen before. You've never seen a real urban sci-fi movie, and where the characters aren't corny and where they're not like it's funny or spoof or anything like that. So we felt like it was important to really take this one as being our first theatrical since you got served, and just really really getting this one in the theaters and getting black people back to the theaters, man. Just there's not a lot of urban movies in the theaters that do well, and we gotta change that. We gotta show up, we gotta show out, we gotta show Hollywood that we here, man. You know what I'm saying? We here to stay,
Facts, believe. Well, first, thank you guys for taking time out speaking with me. My name is Aries from Urban Bridges. How you guys doing?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. But let me first say I love the movie. I watched it and I loved it from start to finish. So kudos. We'll start with you, Annie. Tell us about your character, Mellisa.
She a cool chick
Very.
who is having doubts about her current relationship status, and her girls come together to really hook her up on a fun group girls trip. But I think she's a fearless leader who knows the meaning of sisterhood and really appreciates the support from her girls too, and is also a little bit confused and there's that complication, because if I were to analyze her, I'd be like, girl, why are you confused about your relationship? Like I get it, so it's complicated and it's layered and it's maybe even questionable, but I think a lot of not just women but people can relate to that, like not really knowing where you're at in your life at that time, and maybe it just not making sense for whatever reason.
And one thing I got from that too is like maybe you were afraid of love, and like but watching the movie, the end of the movie teaches you what love looks like.
Right.
It's not good.
Yeah,
Like
learning that.
It was so good to see that journey.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I was trying to think of a way to come up with the ending of what it really meant. I'm gonna have to ask Chris about that, but I like yours. And then tell us about Brandy, because she's hilarious, Erica.
Brandy is like the girl from around the way who just happens to, know some really amazing women. We kind of came up together. But she's very hysterical, very dramatic. She's not like the calm, level-headed one. So just to have that dichotomy between both characters really allowed space for everybody to have their own amazing layered personality show on camera. So that was cool. Then we have Donnie and Brittany and Jenny. So we all, whatever one lacks, someone else picks up on. So you have 5 amazing dynamic women having an amazing time.
I love that. All right. And then, but again,
hi Aries, what's up?
Thank you guys for taking time out speaking with me. My name again is Aries from Urban Bridges. Claudia, always a pleasure, my Aries sister.
When's your birthday?
April 6th.
April 12th. Oh, I love my Aries now.
We are
We were
crazy.
in
We do things first and think about it later.
We were in the junket for
Let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, I love it. Tell us about your character, Jenny.
She's actually not like an Aries. Like she's the good girl that is, kind of like peaceful and I try to get my girl back together with my cousin, and I won't say naive, but a little trusting to be out in the woods like she did. I don't know if you saw it. Have you seen the movie? Like, what was she doing out in the woods? You know what I'm saying?
It was too soon.
But it was fun though. Let me tell you, we laughed so much. Like the bridesmaid scene, we're on the couch with Annie with the ice cream, and just the liquor store, the around the fire, like just showing camaraderie. We had so many inside jokes that made it that y'all probably be like, what are they talking about? But it's we know.
Yeah.
That scene kind of bound us together. Yeah.
Animated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Annie and Erica just mentioned the inside jokes, but I did see the movie and I loved it. I really did from beginning to end.
Yay! I'm happy you did.
And then Donnie is hilarious. So Erica, you got to tell us about your character.
Donnie is one of those ones. I feel like everyone kind of needs a Donnie at some point in their life, because it's just life kind of hits us all hard and so like random. Nothing is predictable. Obviously, everything is so unpredictable. So life is just life. And it's always good to have that one person that just can kind of just make you laugh, or just kind of bring you back into a moment that kind of makes you feel good for a second and then get back to reality, just so you can kind of get a break within life itself. But I also love how down she is for her friends. I feel like that was one of the things that drew me to my character. It was like, not only she's this badass and she kind of has these moments where kind of is funny and like kind of out there wild card vibes, but you could tell she's like a down chick for her friends, and whatever's whatever, like she's gonna have her friends back, even if she doesn't necessarily agree or understand, which is very much like me. I'll defend you in public and then curse you out behind closed doors.
Yes.
I believe as part of being production and as talent of the movie, I got different questions for you. So being as one of the producers, what made you and Chris want to bring this particular story to life? It's dope that y'all did, but what was the brainchild?
Well, Chris came up with the idea. Of course, he's a creative genius, and he was just like, he called me one night and he was like, I got this idea for this movie, and he had the title and everything. I want to call it Run. I want to make it about this alien invasion, but not like an Independence Day alien movie, but more like a story, because he's a big fan of Steven Spielberg, and he loves Steven Spielberg and James Cameron, how they tell stories. How, like, you think about Titanic. The movie Titanic was a disaster movie, but also a love story. It's like, so he's like, I want to make it a love story, but I want it to be in a setting of a sci-fi thriller where everybody's running from these aliens, but then there's also a love story. There's also a story of friendship. There's also a story of camaraderie. There's also that story of people coming together and trying to survive. So all of that was important to him, to get a true love story within a sci-fi setting. So I think that was the goal.
Yeah, accomplished then. Then you definitely have to tell us about your character. You play Andre.
Well, Andre, I wasn't supposed to play. Well, I guess I wasn't. I didn't think I was supposed to play Andre. And then after the story and after the script was written, Chris was like, "Well, I wanted you to play Andre." I'm like, "Wait, what? I wasn't prepared to do the acting." And he's like, "Yeah." So for me, I will say that Independence Day is one of my favorite sci-fi movies. And Will Smith, the way he bodied that character, he was able to be serious but also have his humor. And I think for me playing Andre, that's what I wanted for my character. I wanted it to be really serious, and I wanted to be taken seriously, but I also wanted to bring my humor that comes from me. Like I love being funny just as a person, like life. So I wanted to bring that humor to a serious situation, and that was what I wanted for Andre. So I hope I did that, and I hope that people take away that from my character.
Definitely, I would agree. And then you mentioned the cast and the characters. What did you guys enjoy most about working with the rest of the cast? Because it is a great cast. We can start with you, Annie.
The inside jokes.
Yes.
We started to really form this bond and have these inside jokes. I will say, like, being up there, we really were sequestered in this cabin.
Yeah.
So everything is somewhat practical. We lived the life of what the characters were living, and that's kind of very opposite of what a project would be like, whether it's TV or film. So that was really fun. And secondly, I really appreciated Claudia's limoncello drinks.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to my girl, my best friend, Claudia Jordan. And that's another one of our inside jokes, but like, one of her love languages is just like cooking or making stuff, and like
She's
feeding
a good
people.
host,
Hosting.
Yeah.
And so she made these limoncello.
She's an Aries.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Right? Yes. She is a bomb Aries at that too. So yeah.
What did you enjoy, Erica, about the rest of the cast?
I enjoyed just honestly, I feel like a lot of us are like our characters in some way, shape, or form. Erica Mena plays Donnie. She's like she even Mellisa, I feel like, is like the glue that holds everyone together. But Donnie's humor keeps us going in time of despair.
Yeah.
And when this is all happening, the world is crumbling before our eyes. Her humor really kept the group like kind of going and gel.
Yeah, that levity.
Yeah.
That comedy, that levity you
That
really
was
have to
good,
have.
right?
And then again, you guys talked about the cast you worked with and the inside jokes and everything. Talk more about what the experience was like working with them guys. You can start, Claudia.
It was fun. It made it easy. Like some days, like honestly, when we were around the fire talking, it did not feel like work. And sometimes you're like, another take. But we were like, let's go. Let's do it again. Like we were laughing so much, like it really felt like we really were not working and on a real girls trip in that moment.
I mean, we were filming in real time, really connecting as real friends. And I think that resonates throughout this film is that, we're playing a group of friends, but I think that's what makes it so much more empowering is that you're watching it feeling like, okay, these women are real diehard friends, but that's because behind the scenes, we were actually really meshing that well together.
We were.
Like Chris did an impeccable job casting this.
He really did. I mean, he could have put a better cast together. I'm just
like
saying.
even Claudia's man in this movie is hot. Like your man is hot.
I'm gonna see him tonight. I didn't have to get any scenes from him.
Like like he did the damn thing. He
was good.
Not all Claudia's real life pics are great. But her husband in this one was good. He was sexy.
He was. And I'll see you tonight. Hey, boo. I think I'm in here.
Y'all are hilarious.
Let me braid you up real quick.
Right. He might have the Tyler Perry wig on.
Hey.
Y'all got to tell people in your own words why they need to go to the theater and check out Run starting Friday.
Well, it's easy. Honestly, Run is a movie that literally resonates to all of us. It don't matter where you're from, where you're at. I feel like people can sit there, they can vibe with the friendship and really go on this roller coaster of what hasn't been done ever, really. And that's bring sci-fi to the big screen with a woman of color cast, and just the AGI that went into this. Like this subject, or I should say this field of movie, hasn't been touched. Sci-fi, nothing has been done in this world in a long time. And the fact that this is, been done and it's so relatable and it's, based in like the now, I feel like resonates. And then also too, they're saying that according to scientists, we're supposed to be getting some alien presence too.
I hope they're fine.
So I feel like this brings up the conversation because
I hope they're handsome.
Yeah. Well, our aliens are pretty hot. And that's another reation why they should go see it. The aliens are pretty hot. The girls are hot. The story is empowering. It's a story that you're going to connect to, whether it's the friendship, whether it's the marriage, the relationship stuff, because it also does have a love story throughout this as well. Then there's also there's the friendship, the action. There you go.
The special effects. I'll say this.
Like you guys literally on a roller coaster the whole time.
I'll tell you why you should see this, and we're gonna go. Y'all know us from a lot of other things: reality, scandals, interviews, music videos. But you've never seen your girls in a role like this. Mm-hmm. So I think it would just feel good for y'all to see us in a different light. And see us in our acting bag and doing a good job. So
and it's a good movie.
It's good.
Like you guys are literally gonna think you're like girls trip, funny, blah blah blah, and then there out of nowhere just on this like never-ending ride roller coaster, and it's it's all about survival. So that's what it's about. Please support. Yes, this Friday it comes out into theaters. So get out there, buy your tickets. It's PG-13 and really could bring the whole family.
Well, you ladies have been a pleasure always. I look forward to what you both do next. Continued success and blessings.
Thank you.
Bye.
And then before we wrap, you both got to tell everybody why they need to go out in theaters and check out Run starting Friday.
Well, look, this film has a bunch of everything, or a little bit of everything. You've got your comedy, you've got your drama, you've got your action, you've got your sci-fi, and you've got your thriller. So everyone's going to be on the edge of their seats, and it's a two-parter. So you got one movie over here, and then it takes you on a whole nother roller coaster ride to a different movie. So if you can't relate to any of that, I don't know if we can mess with you.
And it's a film where we've never seen a diverse cast of women of color like this spearheading a sci-fi thriller. You guys, this is groundbreaking for so many reasons. And, we're opening doors for young girls that want to be in a sci-fi thriller who look like us, young boys. And so we just really want people to show up and please and take a friend, tell someone, because the better this does, the more opportunities other people will have that look like us too. So that's the most important piece for me.
But thank you for stating it like that, because that's so true, and I agree 100%. Well, I definitely want to thank you two ladies for taking time speaking with me. Again, I'm Aries, and I look forward
to we talked her, so thank you. Yes.
You guys have a good one. Definitely,
Yes,
I would
you
agree. And then I've spoken to the cast, and they definitely agree with me that you guys put together a great ensemble. Talk a bit about how you guys decided who you wanted to be in the film and what the experience was like working with them.
Well, Chris knew exactly who he wanted. He knew every character. He knew who he wanted to play the roles. He knew he wanted Annie. He knew he wanted both Ericas. He knew he wanted Drew Sidora. And so we just went out and was like, hey, guys, we're doing this movie. We want y'all for it. And, we've worked with these ladies on a numerous amount of projects, and they're like family to us. So it was a no-brainer for us all to get together and really, really rock this movie. And we had a great time. The chemistry was amazing. Claudia Jordan is this was her first time working with us. So, but I've been friends with Claudia for years, and, it was like being on set with your family. And that's what we love. We love to make our sets really family oriented, really warm and happy. So people love to work with us, and they feel good after you leave. People don't even want to leave after the movie's wrapped. We'd be like, nah, can we stay? So I think it's important to have that feeling and that family element, because it shows in your work. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Well, y'all accomplished it, because the rest of the cast definitely stated the same thing, that it was like a family vibe. Y'all got so many inside jokes. So, and it came across y'all really were like friends and family. So good job.
It was real. It was real.
And then you got to tell everybody why they need to go out in theaters specifically to see Run starting Friday.
Well, I will tell you the reason. First of all, shout out to Tubi for allowing us that platform to tell our stories and build this community of supporters that we have for Footage Films. That was amazing to see our people come to support us with Tubi. You know what I'm saying? All the millions of fans that we had to support our movies through Tubi. And I think now taking it to the movie theater, I think it's important for us to really show Hollywood that we can get out there and support our urban films, and it opens the door. It not only successful for us, but it's success for everybody. It opens the door for new African American filmmakers out there, directors, young producers, young writers, young talent, out there to make their mark in Hollywood, doing your own thing and making your own movies, and it's important to go out and go into the theaters, so there's more Black movies that come to the theaters, and these theater chains will trust it and trust that we can also be successful in the movie theaters too, not just doing like big Marvel movies like Black Panther or stuff like that, but also doing the movies that we used to love, like the Soul Food, and like, what I'm saying, those old school movies that we used to go out and see all the time. We're trying to bring that whole culture back, and our fan base is really, really wide, and we really, really, really love our supporters that we have for Footage Films, and we're hoping they all come out and in droves and just support this movie, man.
I'm sure they will. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. And before we wrap, with this being such a different type of film for you guys, what would be like the goal with Frontage Films within the next 5 years, you would say?
The next 5 years, we want to be more in theatrical space. Like, Chris was thinking about like doing, a couple, like 2 to 3 movies a year in theatrical world, and just, being able to build off of this and just can continue to grow. We just want to continue to grow. And like so many filmmakers before us that have been able to really be successful in the theatrical world. So we're just trying to grow our space and just continue to grow and continue to bring our audience with us.
Yeah, I love that. We'll continue to do that. I'm sure it's going to work out perfect. Again, I've been a fan for a while, for decades.
Thank you.
So I'm looking forward to what you and
That's
Chris
what's up.
do next. Continued success and blessings.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
This is the emergency broadcast system. If you are hearing this message, we are alerting you that we now know these metallic ships are alien.
Dying all over the world. I'd like to hunt their prey. This can't be real. God bless America.